Hey, welcome to another episode of the Art of Relationship Show, people. I hope everybody's doing okay. Hey, Oliver, what's happening, man? I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. And just want to know, before we get the show kicked off, how many people are battling frickin' allergies this time of the year? I battle them all year round: dust, mold, pollen. Anyways, how many people are suffering from allergy symptoms that are severe right now, okay? It sucks. But anyways, hopefully everybody's doing okay. And going to be talking about a very delicate subject, if you will, about whether to stay in a relationship or marriage or to leave. I get this question posed to me on a weekly basis, a few times a week, okay? A lot of people are asking, hey, Greg, should I stay? Should I go? And I tell people that is your decision to make. It's not my decision to make. It's not any other professional's decision to make, family members, friends, whatever. They can give you insight, absolutely, which I do. But I'll look at, what is keeping you in that relationship. What are reasons you want to leave? And I'm about being rational, being logical, right? I don't want people to make impulsive decisions. I'm mad at my partner one day, get up and leave, right? I'm done. And there's, really? That's it. Now, depending what that is, what they're mad about, maybe, okay? Now, I'm going to give qualifiers, if you will, to look at that I've come up with many, many years ago, probably 2 decades ago, and look at what are indicators if you should go, if you should stay. And again, the decision is yours alone. Excuse me. Told you, allergies are kicking up. Hey, Cousin Carl, what's going on, man? Hopefully everybody's doing well again. And now, after the intro, we'll get into this on Art of Relationship Show. Should you stay or should you go in a marriage, in a relationship, okay? Don't go anywhere. Going to play the intro. There we are. Welcome, everybody, after the intro. Hopefully everybody's doing okay again. Now we're going to get into throwing your comments down below, people. You can join in the live chat. Throw your questions, answers out there, about marriage, about relationships, about, intimacy, those type of situations. Hey, Ehab, we have to reach back to each other, man. My buddy in Cairo, Egypt, we need to do a multicultural relationship dating type episode again, and I keep meaning to get back to you. I'm so sorry, Ehab. Or reach out to me. Let me know what days and times are good. Think we're on a 6-hour time difference thereabouts, okay? So, we need to do an episode again. I miss you, man. But anyways, going into should you leave, should you stay in a relationship, okay? So again, share this on your timeline, your page, wherever you're viewing the Art of Relationship Show on. I want to try to help and give insights to as many people as possible out there, and I appreciate you doing that. And also remember, join the live chat down below with your questions pertaining. It could be, doesn't have to do with staying, going in a relationship, but it can be related to anything: relationship, dating, marriage, and yes, intimacy as well. And I'll do the best I can to answer it. And just a disclosure, this does not actually replace actual professional counseling that I do in my office, where I'm at now. Because HIPAA guidelines, I can't guarantee, being anonymous, privacy protection, I can't guarantee that. So that's a disclosure I want to throw out there too. For people that don't know, I am Greg Dudzinski. I'm a fully licensed professional counselor, relationship and sex specialist here in Michigan, along with a lot of grief, a lot of trauma experience as well. And I've been doing this now 23 years professionally, okay? So I hope everybody is getting ready to kick it off. Now, how many people have asked themselves, asked a friend, relative, whatever, right? Should I stay in a relationship or should I go? Or how many people have had this conversation with your partner, right? I don't know if we're good, if we should break up, if we should get divorced, and it's very, very difficult, okay? I never, ever want somebody to make an impulsive decision. You get me? They wake up one day, you're in a bad mood. Hey, Sarah, what's going on? Greggy Fresh. Hey, appreciate that, Sarah. Hopefully, man, I do need to stop back into Martin's. Hopefully everybody's doing okay, man. Philip, I appreciate you. So looking at, am I staying, am I going in a relationship, have that conversation. Again, I don't want people to wake up in the morning, hey, I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to get out of this relationship or marriage. Don't make impulsive decisions, okay? Please don't. I want you to look at, these criteria are looking at, have they been going on for a while? Are they chronic? Are they long-term? Have they been, like a one-time only? And again, not right or wrong or condoning it, but there's a difference between, that it's been a one-time situation, one person cheated, okay? And no, that's a whole nother subject. You can check out all my episodes as well on YouTube at LoveGuruGreg, might be the easiest to watch them on. But one person makes a mistake. Yes, it's a choice. It's a mistake to cheat. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to end or should end the marriage or relationship. There's a lot of bias out there, and that doesn't mean. Now, we're going to get into it. Is it chronic? Is it happening all the time? My question is, why would you stay in that situation, right? So let me run down some criteria as well. And again, get your questions ready, people. Get them ready out there. Doesn't have to relate to, like I said, hey, Joan, what's happening on Instagram? I appreciate you tuning in. And again, it doesn't have to relate to the subject matter, okay? Now, like I just said, this is based on chronic occurrences, okay? And again, reach out to professional help. Reach out to me, anything I can do if you're having a tough time in this decision making. Again, there are so many factors at play, financial decisions, you have kids. But again, I also say, would you want your kids to be in the same type of relationship or marriage that you're in? Would you want them to have that when they get older? Okay, ask yourself that. Now we look at what can change it, or what do we do to get a healthier lifestyle where we can, sort of teach our kids not just what we say, but, what we show our kids. Again, nothing's perfect. I tell people, you're going to have disagreements and argument now and then, and it also teaches you can make up and kiss, and also teaches your kids you can get, maybe have a disagreement, an argument, and you still love each other and can heal that. That's also a great lesson to learn. But if there's chronic situations going on, you have to look at, why am I in this situation or not, okay? So, one aspect is no or a lack of conversations or no depth involved, meaning, you don't talk. You might talk about, picking up the kids, how was work, fine, but there's no depth to it. There's no dialogue. There's no, ebb and flow in a conversation, or you're bored. You don't know what to talk about. And again, you can do a Google search about subjects to talk about. Look for Dr. Aaron's 36 questions, and you will be able to understand. You'll be able to look at those and understand, what's going on. With those, give you some maybe topics to talk about, okay? So no or lack of conversations. You don't really talk about anything. You don't talk about the status of the relationship, what each other needs. You might not be able to share jokes, joke around. Hey, I saw this on social media today. I saw this on YouTube. I saw this on TikTok, whatever, right? So it's a lot of people to be able to look at, there's no conversation, that type of situation. Now, another one, that you're not finding any enjoyment, fun, or excitement received from the relationship. Now, I need to kick up my game now, or my lady might be saying, hey, I'm bored shitless, Greg. Bye. I don't want that at all, right? So you have to look at what type of, enjoyment are you getting from the relationship? Are you having fun? Are you able to joke around? Do you enjoy each other at all? And I know everybody's busy. Some people have kids, young kids, and you're stressed out. You're exhausted. But you need to find some time to enjoy each other. And enjoyment could be just watching Netflix, be able to, just sit back and relax. That could be enjoyable for you. I don't decide, what's enjoyable, what's fun, what's excitement. Excitement for fun might be skinny dipping in front of a bunch of people. Now, I'm not saying unless you go to a nudist beach, right? Jumping out of an airplane with hopefully with a parachute, right? So there's a lot of stuff, looking at differences of what fun, what enjoyment. Enjoyment could be just hugging each other, cuddling each other, kissing each other, those type of situations again. Remember, share this on your timeline or your page, wherever you're watching it. I want to try to help as many people out there. And again, get your questions going, people. Let me hear your questions or maybe see your questions. I'm not going to be able to hear you right now. So, okay. Now, a third criteria, realizing that you two are totally different people, okay? Where life expectations, needs or wants in regards to activities, sex, life goals are concerned, okay? One person might want intimacy, sex once every 6 months, and the other one wants it 3, 4, 5 times a week. And now, and that's, no one wants to change. That's who you are. That's your identity. And then you're looking at, is this really happening, okay? Is this a good thing? Or, you know what, this is not sustainable. One person turns to be devout religious, or the opposite, gets rid of religion, and their other person is like, oh my God. You have to look at what your deal breakers are and how do you want to, live. One person might be a couch potato and the other one wants to go out every night of the week. And these are certain criteria that you need to look at. If you are trying to be someone you're not in the essence of who you are. Yes, relationships, marriages, they're a ebb and flow. They're a give and take. You're going to do some stuff that she wants to do. She's going to do stuff, you want to do that she might not be too keen on. It's a give and take. It's a ebb and flow. But I'm talking about the essence of who you are. One person wants an open relationship, and that's who they are. And the other one, they want non-monogamy, consensual non-monogamy, and the other one wants to be monogamous, right? Good luck. Those are type of situations. You realize one person wants a kid, the other one doesn't. I use this example because it comes up now and then, more often than you realize, okay? So you have to realize if you two are totally different people, oil and water, right? You're trying to make the other person someone they're not, or they're trying to make you something or someone they're not, okay? So you have to realize that type of thing. Maybe you are just totally two different people, okay? And I run into this and I try to point this out and pose this question. Hey, you two, are you really trying to, make the other one something they're not, or vice versa? Do you feel accepted for who you are? Not the bad stuff, not the bad shit. No, not at all, okay? So, if you feel also, number 4, you have chronic feelings of not wanting to come home with one another or wanting to run away, meaning you pull up and you're like, oh, crap, I don't ever want to go home. I hate going home. We're going to fight. We're going to argue. Hey, we go home. I'm going to feel lonely. I'm going to get yelled at all the time. I'm going to get criticized all the time. No fun at all. Now, I'm talking this happens once in a while. That might be normal, okay? But I'm talking almost every day, a chronic situation. Or the other thing is, you feel like you just want to run away, get away from this person. And again, it happens once in a while, but I'm talking this is a long-term situation that's been going on for a while that you feel this way, okay? And again, it's not healthy to feel this way. And I'm all about looking at when you have chronic feelings of not wanting to go home, to be around your person or that person. Hey, what's going on? What's going on with me? And, am I opening up? Am I able to talk to my person about, hey, I'm feeling, I don't want to come home. I'd like this from you, or I want you to stop from this. I'm all about working on these things. But again, if they don't change, if they don't evolve, man, it's tough, okay? So, number 5, you're not missing the other person when absences. And we're talking, 8 hours, 10, 12 hours a day working. I get that, but we're talking, you're away from each other a day, full day, 2 days. You go away, a guy trip, a ladies trip, whatever. Go visit family members out of state, that type of situation. And you're not really missing that person. Not only that, you're not missing that person really at all. You're dreading, again, referring to the other one, the previous one, you're dreading even going home. I don't even want to go home. You get me? And this happens, again, often. Not a healthy situation. That might be a sign that you might not want to be together. That might mean the relationship or marriage is not healthy for you. Again, I actually hand out right here. This is what I hand out to clients. You might not be able to see, to help them answer these questions. And again, I tell people it can go one of 2 ways. Oh, no, I'm not that way at all. We're not that way at all. So it can be a positive, a good thing, or it can be a negative thing, like I mentioned, to where, damn, you know what, this ain't working. And now this will help you decide in a healthy way if you should stay in that marriage or in that relationship, okay? So another thing, I hear this often too, more energy is drained in the relationship than is given. Meaning, I tell people, I've done episodes, before about this, which you can check out on YouTube at LoveGuruGreg. Make sure you check out my website too, people. I still have my course sales with the coupon code LOVE to get $30 off. I think each course is only $47, okay? theartofrelationships.org. But this means more energy. I always say, is the juice worth the squeeze, okay? Are you putting in more energy, I should say, into the relationship? You have people that is, they're given maybe 90% of energy, love, affection, all that into the relationship, and the other person's only given 10%. Now, let's be real. Someone has a chronic illness. They're taking care of someone with a life-threatening or a terminal illness, and they're taking care of a loved one, a family, a sister. That's different, okay? That's totally different. I'm talking outside of those situations, outside of those emergency situations. Are you giving more energy to the relationship than your partner? Are you showing, are you doing all the work with affection, initiating sex, intimacy, maybe planning, maybe showing, affirmations, little sticky love notes, that type of situation? Are you showing, expressing your love? Are you being a partner in that relationship in what your partner needs? And are they doing the same? I hear it all the time. I don't feel loved. I'm doing all the work. So you have to look at, are you putting in more energy in a relationship or marriage? And we're talking, not 49, 51%. We're talking significant, and it's going on. And again, I want all these things that I'm mentioning to be talked about, to be discussed. Don't be mean about it. Speak from the heart. Speak from the soul, the hurt, okay? Now we're looking at, if these don't change, they don't evolve. Now you're looking at, now I need to make a decision. Should I stay in this marriage or not? Or, you know what, this ain't healthy for me, okay? So, say that you're, laughing, joking, playing together is no longer present, okay? It's forced. It's like pulling teeth. You don't get each other's jokes. You don't think each other's funny, okay? You're not able to, maybe grab each other's booties if that's your thing. You're not playful. There's no enjoyment, going back to, number 2. no enjoyment, but you can't laugh, you can't joke, you can't just be yourself in the relationship, and that's not there, okay? Another aspect is when, you're not feeling refreshed with one another. Now, we could feel not refreshed from work, right? Say you hate your job. I get it. I've been there. I love doing what I do now, but I've been there a long time. You're stressed. You're dealing with, again, chronic health issues. And this is not, that's separate entity from the relationship or marriage. I'm talking, you're not getting any enjoyment. You're not getting, breathing oxygen from each other in the relationship anymore, okay? Now, another one, sexual desire has diminished vastly or it's become non-existent, okay? Though your sexual desire is still there, just not for your person. And I ask this when couples come in with desire discrepancies and then, with sex therapy and couples therapy, this is probably maybe one of the most common things you run into, but it's also one of the most difficult to deal with when there's sexual discrepancies, okay? So, and I bring up, okay, is it a health issue that you feel no desire at all for anybody? You get me? Or is it you don't feel desire just for your partner? Yeah, you get turned on. You love, maybe both of you might watch porn, like porn, get excited looking at somebody else, your favorite movie star or whatever. Hey, Shauna, what's happening? But this is where you don't feel desire towards your partner at all. And looking at what is causing it, what's going on. But again, I look at, you might not feel desire for anybody. And we could look at medical issues, hormone issues, if you want to change that. If you're okay, not having desire, the, term asexual, right? If it's, like I always mention, it might be derogatory. Those who don't have, sexual desire for anything, right? But if you have sexual desire, you're pleasuring yourself, but, the thoughts of being intimate with your partner just gross you out, turn you off, and then you have to look at why. And this is going on for a long time, and there's no improvement from either one of you. Then you have to look at what is going on, and is this viable for me to even stay there? Now, we could feel sexual desire for our partner, but they don't feel it for us, right? Same thing. Hey, what can I do to turn you on? What can I do to make you feel emotionally, mentally connected? But again, if nothing changes, then you look at, am I okay being in a marriage, a relationship where I don't feel desired? I don't feel, pleased in a sexual, intimate manner. Why am I staying here? And you have a lot of people out there that, I said this at the beginning, that are going to dictate and tell you, oh, you should stay. It shouldn't be that important to you. What? Who decides that? You do. Not me, not your family, not religions, not cults, not cultures. You get me? Not your neighbor. You decide, what is doable, what is good enough for you. Nothing's perfect. Again, nothing's perfect, okay? So, neither person is willing or able to make an effort to evolve or grow the relationship, people. That's another sign that you are stuck. I hear this all the time. And this goes back to you're not able to talk. You're not able to change. Maybe you have a hard time getting defensive when your partner says, hey, I don't feel loved. I don't feel appreciated. I don't feel like you're being a partner, cleaning, whatever it is, okay? So, but that's where I ask people and I tell people, you know what? Are they willing to make that effort? Are you willing to grow and evolve and work together and you become better? I ask people all the time, are soulmates, are they found or are they made? I think there are some soulmates that are found. I think it's rare, like freaking single-digit percentage is rare. But I think we can become each other's soulmates if there's connection, compatibility, all that stuff. And part of this is being able to grow and evolve and become a better partner and stop doing stuff that is causing problems in a relationship. Now, if your partner, or say neither one of you are able to do that or willing to do that, Now you have to look at why are we even here? Okay. So this is another sign or, situation where you have to look at why am I in this situation? And again, people, it's not easy. I know that people will throw out, they'll throw out that I have kids, I can't afford to do this. And I get all this. But again, you have to look at, how do you live a fulfilling life and what's important to you. Okay. So, this is a given, this next one, right? Constant disrespect, name calling, belittling, not taking each other into consideration. Hey, I'm going out and, every night of the week and coming home 3, 4 in the morning. I could care less what you say or how it affects you. Of course, those type of things, disrespect. You're not cluing each other in. Again, name calling tends to be probably the most common one. And again, it's chronic, it's belittling, it's demeaning, and it's going on day in and day out. Okay. Oh, how many times do you continue to bring up the problems? This is a great question. Okay. You know what? That's a great question. I get this all the time. Now, I look at how big of a problem is it to you? Again, I tell people all the time, I don't live your life. You two do. So what a problem is to me might not be a big deal to my client, my couples, as a client. It matters to each individual, each couple. Okay. So I'm looking at the severity of the problems to each one. Okay. Now I look at if it's a major problem, cheating, being, ignored, neglected emotionally, maybe sexually in a relationship, being disrespected, and you bring it up, okay, and it doesn't change, and it ends up being a rinse and repeat. My question is, why are you continuing to bring up when there's no issue? I already brought this up. So it could be, I would want to bring it up maybe 3 times, okay? You bring it up, a reminder, and say, hey, this is the last time I'm bringing this up, and then what happens is that person decides divorce papers are filed, breaking up, or you're moving out. I want you to leave. And the other person's like, oh, desperation. What do you mean? I've already brought this up and you're not changing. You're not doing anything about it. It could be, alcohol abuse. It could be drug abuse, right? Addiction type situations. Definitely cheating, right? So it depends on the problem. If you bring it up and nothing's being done to repair it, evolve it, then you have to look at how many times am I bringing this up and nothing's changing? Oh my God, you're always nagging on me. You always bring it up because nothing's changing. My question is, why would you keep doing that to yourself to keep bringing it up? It almost turns in you're begging and pleading with your partner to change that. And that's another form of maybe disrespect because they're not willing to change it. They either don't want to, don't have the energy, which, let's face it, they don't want to. And number 3, maybe they can't. If my lady, hey, Greg, my problem is that you're not at least 5'8" tall, I'm screwed. I don't care how many times she brings it up. I can't do anything about that, right? Platform shoes, whatever. So we have to look at realistically what's going on. And if that problem is severe enough for you and it's not being changed, not being evolved or stopped, then my question is, how important is that to you? You get me? That's why I said you have to define how important that problem is to you. And is it causing you to sell out how you want to be, okay? What if it makes the other partner feel bad towards themselves? Now, that's another great question. However, I get couples all the time. That's what I promote with every couple. Can you talk about anything and everything, no matter if it pisses you off, hurts your feelings, brings up insecurities? You get me? Because if it makes them feel bad about themselves, is that all about themselves, or do they ever care about how it impacts you? You get me? There's a difference between shame and guilt. Guilt is about how we make other people feel, our impact on other people. Get me? Shame is more about, I feel bad. I'm a horrible person. But it's all about how you feel, and it's not about how you're making your partner feel. You get me? And that's about genuine remorse and genuine guilt. If you bring up a problem, can you work as it as a team? An example could be early ejaculation. We'll say that. That's your problem to fix. You're not a man. That's belittling. That's degrading. You get me? Don't do that. But can you work at it as a team, as both of you working as together on whatever that problem is? But if that person continually does not want to do anything about it or can't, then you have to look at, you know what, is this a deal breaker for me? Will this cause me to be unhappy or miserable in that relationship, in that marriage? And again, I'm very critical of other professionals in this field. And they'll, oh, you should be okay with that. No, they don't decide that for you. You do. Again, nothing's perfect, okay? So that's where I look at. Do they care how it impacts you? Now, bring it up from, man, I don't, hey, this is important for me. Bring it up from the hurt, the frustration, the care, not the anger, not belittling, not calling names. That's how I would go about that, okay? When you keep bringing it up to them, do you think it is considered as changing them as a person? Now, great question, right? When I said about you feel like you're not accepted as a partner, you're not feeling accepted for who you are, okay? That type of situation. One is, say, a vegetarian, one's a meat eater, and the vegetarian's trying to get the other one, oh, I can't stay with you if you don't become a vegetarian. Or, yeah, I can't stay with you if you don't eat meat. You get me? You have to look at how important that is, or do you care what it is each other? Now, if it is coming down to the essence of who you are, and I brought this up at the very beginning of the episode, now, hey, this, you can do whatever you want, but hey, this is important to me. I want a healthy, happy, fulfilling sex life, you know, and if you don't want that, you don't care, you don't have to, but this is important to me. So this is the difference between a lot of people trying to force somebody to be someone they're not. I have people all the time, okay? Often, not all the time, but hey, Greg, we want you to tell us who's right, and I talk about this. One wants a kid, the other one doesn't. And they want me to say, you're both right, but it's not going to work, people. You're trying to get me to convince the other one to either be okay not having a kid or to be okay having a kid. You get me? Doesn't work that way. That's plain, no, hell no. We can look at why, whatever, but if that person doesn't, now you're looking at, you know what, well, if you love me, you'd have a kid. If you love me, you won't have a kid. You get me? And those games and those manipulative tactics, instead of just, hey, I get that. We love each other. We're just different, okay? We just want different things. So it's not belittling them. And there's a big, and I'm serious. I don't bullshit anybody. I joke around a lot, but I don't bullshit. I don't throw smoke up people's booties. A lot of professionals will do that. That's fake, and that's hell no. You have to look at the reality. There's things you can't compromise. You get me? I don't decide that. You decide that. Your partner decides that from herself or himself, and you go from there, okay? So those are situations. I read you have to get down to the root of the problem causing the issues. Huge, huge, huge. I am huge on, I tell people right off the jump, first session, I want to help people get to the root of the issues, because if it's just surface level, those issues probably will not be long-standing. They're going to come back, rinse and repeat. I want the root of the issue. Matter of fact, thanks. I actually have a book myself. It's on Amazon, and, I don't have the cover. I thought I had the cover. It is called Love SOS on Amazon and paperback. You can get it on ebook or paperback. Love SOS is another one, and I also have Love Essence. To be honest with you, just different covers. They're the same. They're the same book, just different covers. Love's SOS, Love's Essence. So whatever cover you like better, it's the same thing. It's on Amazon and paperback. Thank you for asking. And I talk about a lot of this stuff. I talk about, you know, emotional, mental, you know, the physical, sexual, soulful connection, and about compatibility, huge. So these are issues where I want people to be able to look at and understand, okay? And another issue is, you know, of course, it's a given, right? There's chronic cheating, abuse, physical, emotional, mental abuse, you know, name calling, disrespect, belittling, degrading. That could be, you know, abuse if it happens once in a great while. Is it abuse? No, it's just a disrespectful event. But if it's going on over and over, then it turns into abuse, okay? So if there's chronic cheating, and I that's mostly what I work with couples, okay? One cheated, both cheated, and, you know, there's times where it is chronic, okay? Then you have to make decisions. What do you want? What's good? But I love her, but I love him. Now you have to look at what is going on in those situations, okay? And drastic lifestyle changes, like I mentioned, you know, above, about maybe drastic lifestyle changes in religion, or, you know, you've been monogamous and want to be monogamy for 20 years, and all of a sudden a year later you want to be frickin' open relationship or be swingers, and the other one doesn't. That's not going to work usually, okay? So these are situations I want you to be able to look at to be able to go on those situations, okay? I know it's bad. My partner hasn't given me attention in 4 months. I'm starting to get thoughts about, let me guess, cheating, right? A lot of people do that, and I posted this on social media, right? If talking to other people, you know, OnlyFans, whatever, you get me? Now, is this cheating? Is it not cheating? Again, I don't make the rules up, but you have to look at, if your partner did this, would you be pissed? Would you be devastated? I don't ever advise that. I get the attention. First, you have to look at, are you talking to your person about the attention? I brought this up earlier, right? You're not feeling loved. You're not feeling desired, important, appreciated, respected, those things, and it's going on for a long time. I want you, hey, I don't feel loved. I don't feel desired or important by you. But if they don't change, now you have that decision. And I'm talking about, you see an effort. Is it going to change overnight? Probably not. But you want to see progress, and you want to see it relatively quick, okay? Now, if there's no progress, can you look at, is it, you know, depression, anxiety? You know, are they willing to get help? That's what I'm talking about. If that person is not willing to reach out to try to find out what the root of the issue is, what the problem is, now you have to look at, why am I here? Now, and I brought this up earlier, right? Oh, I have kids. Well, you want your kids to be okay if they were in a relationship or marriage like you're in, like you're feeling when they get older. Would you tell your kids, oh, you need to be okay with that? I'm not a fan of, you know, you have to be married forever and ever and ever. I respect vows, right? But again, the issues I just read off here that I give to clients that I wrote up 2 decades ago about things to look at, about helping you with decision making, staying or going. You know, then if you don't want that for your kids, then why are you in it? What are you promoting? So I'm all about making relationships and marriage last forever. I would love that, but I want them to be happy. I want them to feel loved. Nothing's perfect, but if they're, you know, toxic, if they're unhealthy, you don't feel loved, you don't feel desired, you don't feel respected, you're constantly, you know, feeling ignored, you're not, you know, getting cheated on left and right, and it's been going on for a year or 5 years, why are you there? You get me? I took a vow, and I asked people, I respect that, but did you take a vow to be miserable? Did you take a vow to sell out your self-love and self-respect? There's a difference between being selfish and promoting self-love and self-respect, okay? So people, please check out this, rewatch the video. If you have friends, if you have, you know, family members that are in this situation, have them watch this, please. It'll be posted all over social media. The easiest way, again, is on YouTube at LoveGuruGreg. It'll be posted right after this, okay? But that's where I want people to understand, and I want to help as many people out there as possible, okay? So, here we go. Real quick, okay? She knows it's depression and stress and also medication issues. She won't take the initiative to get a different doctor. Now you're looking at, now what do I do? If nothing changes, does that mean you're supposed to live as a martyr? Like I said, right? Oh, married forever and ever. I want that. I want that being happy through good times, bad times. But if no one's willing to change and evolve and try to get out of those bad, unhealthy times, what are you doing to promote self-love and self-respect? And there's a difference between, being there for each other, but it comes to a point, how long are you there for the other one and you're miserable and unhealthy, and then the other one starts guilt-tripping you, manipulating you, but then that tells me they don't care about your happiness. They don't care about how they're impacting you. And that is selfish, okay? So I'm going to let everybody go. Woohoo! I have clients coming up pretty soon. So I appreciate everybody tuning in on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're listening, Facebook. I appreciate everybody. Again, please follow me all over social media at LoveGuruGreg. And my website, theartofrelationships.org, people. I appreciate it. Thank you so much from my heart, for real, okay? I appreciate you spending your time. All our time's valuable. Yours is very valuable. That's why I'm flattered and humble that you spent this time watching, hopefully learning some things, okay? Again, any questions, you can contact me. My website, theartofrelationships.org. Hit me up. Anything I can do to help. I appreciate you very much. Peace and love, everybody. Take care, okay? Bye-bye.